before we start recording, I would like to address Neko is no longer doing commentaries, so please kill the bullshit and keep him out of this. I also recommend that you guys, take this video with an unbiased attitude. Thank you. And besides, there's enough dick sucking in this commentary community anyway. So, let's do this. Oh, also, I won't put a duty in the booty. I'm gonna trim a lot of shit here. I mean, why turn this 28 commentary into about an hour? Fuck this shit up!
Nikka Torres. I honestly wanted to hit this guy for quite some time, but I never got around to that. Anyway, explanation as to who he is. Nikka Torres is a commentator for 2010 who went by the name of DJSJ103. People thought he did things. He did a video on MSkull back then agreeing with him on everything. He participated on a Skype co-op on Meta back then. And, yeah, nothing else noteworthy from him.
Why commentators like to pull the don't bring up the past MO in commentaries? And then do it anyway. In that case, Doodle is fucking non and void. And a very unliable voice you shouldn't want to agree with. Fuck this shit up!
Just to give everyone a heads up, I know that I said that my Commentaries were going to be a rare occasion, but it's only been 4 weeks since the last one. After this one, I'm probably going to lay off for like 2 months or so. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. Anyways, please do enjoy this Commentaries with my good friend Kyo Kun.
Well, I want to kill myself already, so not only is your disclaimer just the absolute worst I've seen, being that it's arbitrarily condescending because, oh no guys, we're gonna get some wicked hate tonight, due to the fact that you're gonna bring up shows that you swear is gonna get you dislikes, which by the way is a self-fulfilling prophecy, you idiots, but it also comes off as just sheerly unnecessary. You don't need to tell us that you're doing a video on a nostalgia tart when legit your intro will be doing that for us.
Good meow, everyone.
Well, I'm convinced. BRB, getting bleach, rope, gun, whatever I can use to put myself out of my misery.
This is something I never particularly liked from Nikka Torres. The fact that he tries to pull this whole cat motif whenever he speaks. Not only is it not funny and cringeworthy, but it's also unnecessarily creepy to listen to. It also doesn't help that later on, it'll show that that's the only thing he could pull off since his acting during moments of chemistry is absolute bogus. Doodle, where you at? Can you give me the cyanide?
Fuck, I accidentally killed Jackie.
Well, that makes it easy for me.
What's wrong with him addressing his fans or people who saw his previous Meowinaries? I mean, he's just updating them just in case they was wondering where's the next one at. And besides, we really want to hear your repetitive bullshit as a disclaimer. I mean, what's with commentators that don't follow their own advice? Wink, wink. And bigots, please don't chuck the stone around the house. It's made of glass. Also, both y'all on this commentary, can you please stop licking each other's balls before you lose them? But they do have balls. You sure about that? Where they at though?
You said what I was thinking.
I'm so excited. Wait, I'm excited about doing a commentary. Give me a minute.
Well then, where have I seen this joke before? Nope, haven't at all! But in all seriousness, even if it wasn't taken from somebody else, a Linkin Park reference related to depression is just overdone at this point. We get it, Linkin Park made Samus crawl, it doesn't change the fact that it stayed out its welcome.
Thus the glass house has been broken. So let me guess, your drink bleach method isn't less unoriginal or overplayed?
Faggot, your mood swing is worse than a bipolar woman with multiple personality disorder on her period. Cut it out.
This commentary is rated N for mature. I mean, damn! What's wrong, Doodle? Grandma didn't love you? And, faggot, what are you trying to be, the new Tubers 93 or Vesper the Snake? Nah, man, nah, she's on the level of Sloth Boy right now. Let's fuck this shit up! Well, I ain't a Satanist, but sure, I'm down.
Satanist? Didn't know Satan enjoyed putting himself into grueling extensive pain.
I'm pretty certain you mean sadist. Or masochist, but maybe that's just awkward wording on your part.
Yeah, Doodle Tones was right on this one. I did say Satanist. And are y'all really, nitpicking and bitching about, like, how people pronounce words now? When, I ain't trying to shoot no fires. And besides, I'm cool with freaking, Morgan and stuff. But how come her and other few other commentators get a free pass of them voice seeming kinda, it's so bad that they actually now have to put subtitles in it. And besides, if you actually knew me that well, I'm actually here a little bit, I'm gonna step out of persona for a bit. For a person that came up with a lot of, birth issues and whatnot, had to take a lot of speech classes and all that other stuff, I do manage pretty well. I'm just saying. And please, if you're gonna call me out about pronouncing stuff in the way that I talk, call other commentators out about that. Fuck this shit up! You only stated 2 shows, but that's not enough. You could have went into further detail.
What, 2 examples aren't enough for you? The fact that he can pull off 2 off the bat, and 2 of the more prominent ones, may I add, should be a good enough example to which kinds of shows he's referring to. What, you want him to list off every reboot in existence? Because while I can agree that would be a fun Yakko's World parody, a video with a point it would not make. And spoiler alert, viewers, they're gonna hammer this home throughout the fucking video.
And there's a reason for that. Alright, let me drop you this. Say you're watching a rant on a DVD movie, and they say it's bad and only point out 2 things that we already saw, everyone already saw in the trailer. And they say the 2 things that, he's Van Diesel, he drives a car. I'm like, alright, we can see that in the trailer, and, we know he Van Diesel in the car, but what's more about the movie? Like, how does it suck? You gotta bring more to the table, because because Teen Titans Go, and the Powerpuff Girl remake, everybody knows. So give us something that we don't know, so we can take you a little bit more credible.
But I know what he's trying to refer to, and we'll get to it later. Even then, Negative Love is primarily focusing on Cartoon Network shows, so is it really worth it for him to bring up adult party cartoon?
Okay, someone please go to Negative Love's video and tell me, does it say Cartoon Network reboots in the title or the description? No. Go ahead, I'll sit here and wait. I got Final Fantasy 15 to get back to. Let's fuck this shit up.
Disappointing for a lot of people, and why it wasn't anything like the original series.
Because of reasons that Robotaxi Senpai done said it.
Because he totally got this idea from an only Rebel Taxi, and not maybe, just maybe, he got it from the viewers' reaction to the reboot in general. Could you just not assume things when they aren't even there? That'd be really nice right about now. Also, implying that Rebel Taxi is the only notable person to talk about the reboot.
But Rebel Taxi was the most common one. I mean, still, if you look at most of the top 10 worst cartoon lists, pretty much PBG, the remake, and Teen Titans Go is mostly in all those lists. It's like everybody knows that those 2 shows suck. Even without us mentioning Rebel Taxi. Let's fuck this shit up.
That was in the cartoons that we might have watched when we were kids, that would never, ever fly today.
Finn losing an arm.
Except it wasn't all that gruesome. When Finn lost his arm, it wasn't like, say, a limb was cut off or hell, even a bit of muscle or a simple bone is shown. No, it only shows Finn's arm being turned into a little nub. Considering the examples that Negative Love brings up later about how things that cartoons like Courage got away with was with people eaten alive by locusts, then shouldn't that tell you that things like this nowadays is pretty freaking tame compared to back then?
Even though it wasn't that tense, they still pushed the envelope that, most people that was doing cartoons wouldn't do. Intense or not. Now, I'm going to skip a little bit more ahead, for the rest of them, counting the parts of, it wasn't edgy enough, but they still pushed the envelope, so whatever. Let's fuck this shit up.
What, the failed pilot reboot of Courage that makes your argument flimsy at best? Alright. Also, eyes falling off a cartoon's character's head for comedic effect is dark? I mean, whatever you
Failed pilot. It didn't fail. I mean, it was so good that most people went out there and signed a petition to keep the thing going. You know, from my knowledge of what I've seen, you know, he just didn't really get off the ground because how the odds was against, you know, because the money, and it wasn't really enough feedback from Cartoon Network, which caused him to halt it. Meaning it's temporarily canceled until the odds come up, and then it will be there. But now it's halted. It ain't necessarily failed.
It's stupid, it's pointless, just like you being here as a co-op partner, Kyo.
Oh, but I agree with this!
Shut up.
Oh, the Edge. The rated R superstar. You know, let me take a page out of your book and just say this. Okay. Your partner has been basically sucking your dick like the whole commentary. And please don't lie like you don't have one.
I know it's kind of stupid to complain about a show being too childish when it's literally meant for kids.
If you thought it was a stupid idea, why do this video at all?
What the fuck was that noise? Did the special medicine kick in while you were making a point? Did a tranquilizer dart hit you? Did you just a heart?
It's a Little Wayne joke. Now please step away from The Rock and get your head out of your ass. Please. And I'm gonna end it here. My final thoughts? Okay. Yoshi, I recommend you to keep far away from her before she skull fucks the shit out you until your mind will be set on par with hers. Trust me, you don't want that. Even her own family can't stop her when she makes an ass out of herself on DA. Now, as for Doodle, I don't know how people take your words and, you know, everything you say, you know, as value, because when you look at your whole plate in the whole and what you pretty much did in the whole, you got countless fuck ups. So fucking bad that I might add that the guy who was writing your ED page had to edit it 15 times in a row. You know, you should have heard out your grandma advice, because now I see you irrelevant. Now, take that with a pinch of salt, you transsexual faggot. Now that's how you be controversial. Yellow, you're so, you're bad.